I wouldn't really say that we're in a world war, but I guess we could argue that. Let's go over all the wars that are currently going on within this world. So we've got a lot of wars to go over. I'm going to try to keep my head as clear as possible, but there is just war after war after war, and that's why I thought it'd be really important to kind of go over everything, because there are things going on all over the place in this planet. So we've got Harun al-Rashid going to war with Egypt and Ethiopia. Egypt is something that, a lot of people are declaring war, or have declared war on, as well as Ethiopia. We're going to see these two enemies kind of pop up, or these two civs pop out throughout the entire game, because they're the weakest right now in Africa, and Africa kind of surrounds most of the other civs within this world. We obviously have the big war between Mongolia and China. We have Egypt at war with Arabia and Persia. England at war with France. And I want to apologize right now for just dropping the ball there. I totally didn't see what was going on. I don't know, and that's the problem with having this single score board up, is that I'm just like right-clicking denouncements and denouncements or whatever. I mean, I guess you could call it I could blame it on the all the denouncements that are popping up, but I think I might take off the score list for the next AI-only battle. The good thing is nothing happened. Really, nothing happened. It was nothing significant went down. There was really no war. There was a little bit of pillaging that went down over here, but really nothing happened. The only thing that matters, really, and really, if I was covering that war, it wasn't like anything happened. I would have ignored it anyways at some point, because there's nothing still going on. The only thing that's happened, the only thing that makes this significant, is that it's made these two civs much weaker. So someone like Denmark, who right after they eventually ultimately take Berlin, could maybe go and set their sights for Paris, or maybe the Celts will try to make a move on Elizabeth. The main thing is maybe the Zulu, after taking Lisbon, will move up to France and then go up to England. That's where you have to worry. That's where you have to really worry, because, now it's like, yeah, the Europeans are already kind of playing from behind, but both of these guys, some of the most powerful civs in Europe, in Western Europe at least, have pretty much lost all their military. Or they're out here in the New World or in Greenland, so that's where things get kind of tricky there for them. Okay, hold on, let's keep on going. So yeah, England's also at war with Spain. France, I believe, was at war with Spain, but not anymore. They peaced out. France is just at war with the Ottomans, and England, like we saw. Germany is at war with Rome, Denmark, Sweden. That's why I'm saying Germany's getting kicked off to the New World, which is okay, because they've got plenty of more settlers coming off. Coming off. That just sounds terribly sexual. Yeah, no, I mean they're gonna be fine. Their New World empire will be awesome by itself. India's not at war with anybody. Japan's not at war with anybody, which that might change if China starts to get really, really weak, as well as Indonesia might join in with Japan against China. We've got the Ottomans at war with France. Darius is at war with Egypt, trying to take out that last remaining Egyptian city. Also at war with Sweden. Don't know why that is. Rome and Germany. Russia at war with Babylon. Babylon's actually pretty strong, and we're going to look at them when we're done here. Siam's not at war with anybody, which is nice. Siam's being pretty quiet, but he has to be, because he only has one city left. Yes, China and Mongolia. Denmark at war with Germany and the Huns. Be careful there, Denmark. Be careful there. Korea's at war with Ethiopia. Babylon's at war with, Spain, Morocco, and Russia. Russia's the only one that is somewhat close. They still probably won't have any key battles here, but still. Carthage has a bunch of friends, not at war with anybody. The Celts are peaceful. The Huns are at war with Denmark, and everything else is probably just repeating. Spain is at war with the Zulu. We knew that. Yeah, so all this stuff is just repeating. Indonesia is at war with nobody. Morocco and Babylon. And yeah, so we pretty much get the picture. Poland's still at war with Sweden. That's been going on for quite a long time. And that's it. And also, I moved over the break. I moved my settler over towards Warsaw. They seem to be the next. Poland, it's so quiet, but honestly, I've got to, even before one of my favorite underdogs, India, I've got to put Poland in front of India, just because Poland's good. Poland is really, really good. So we'll see. And also, to answer a question in the comment section below, if a cultural victory were to ever go down, which I don't know if it will, it might be close. Obviously, if I see that they're just not, influential with us, because, no one can be influential with us because we're not even a nation right now. Obviously, if I see that, I'm going to give them the win, and I'll pull some strings, and we'll actually see the winning screen or whatever, and see whatever it is. But obviously, I'm going to make sure that they grab hold of the win. I don't even know why I can't speak right now. One thing I wanted to go before I wanted to talk about before we hit next turn is the massive fort. We probably talked about this, but there are so many Mongolian settlers rushing over towards the western U.S., and I'm really, really excited to see exactly how big the Mongolian Empire becomes. Genghis Khan is not a pushover. He's seeing how powerful the Zulu are becoming inside of Africa, and Genghis Khan is like, nah, I can do that. I can colonize too. So it's pretty fun to see. I really wish these two civs could kind of go at it. That would be exciting. I wish we could have seen Mongolia and the Zulu go at it. To be honest, it would be close. Oh man, look at all these artillery though. I don't think the Zulu have this many artillery units. Holy shit, that is a lot. How do they? No, the Zulus still have cannons. But I believe the Zulu might have better. I know the Zulu have a lot. They're focusing heavily on their naval fleet. That's something that I don't know if Mongolia is going to be able to keep up with. No, they've got some frigates. They're not. I think they're not as high of technology in terms of their ships out in the ocean as the Zulu are. They've got a few good stuff. I don't think it's as big as the Zulu fleet though. And also, Mongolia is still using the Great War Infantry. So you could. I don't know. I mean, a lot of artillery units are artillery units. We all know how powerful 3 tiles away, being able to attack 3 tiles away. Oh, and there goes the Apollo program by Korea. You got to give it to Korea if Genghis Khan doesn't join in, but I just can't see it happening still. I really can't see Korea winning this game. I don't see it happening. Not after this war cleans up with Mongolia and China. If Mongolia and China are over, then I just can't see it continuing on. And again, the Zulu will not be able to take over Lisbon if they do not get a melee ship over here fast. England is at war. Here's the thing. England is at war with Spain. England has a caravel moving down south. Could they sneak in for an attack? Could they totally be a dick and sneak in for the attack, taking Lisbon and grabbing a foothold inside of Iberia? That would probably be really bad for Elizabeth because then, she's coming into direct conflict with Shaka. Might not be the best plan in the world. Oh, they've got planes coming over here. A lot of planes coming over this way. But they don't have any melee units. Nothing. They've got a cannon, but that's nothing. You're going to need to do way more. And then there's like this small battle between China and Mongolia. 2 privateers going at it down here. Once again, I'm going to try my best to not miss any sort of new updates. Okay, what is this? Well, I just missed that. Oh, 5 more turns. So what's going to be enacted? Again, I'm trying to repeal the embargo for city-states because for some reason they keep... I'm not even getting into it. I'm not even going to get into it. So science funding by Persia. Could be good, could be bad. That probably will... I don't know. I'm not sure if that's going to get passed because it's weird. The AI is dumb. They'll be going for a science victory, but they'll vote against science funding. That's Civ 5 for you. How is Arabia doing with their conquest of the final Ethiopian cities? They have not taken... Oh, wait a second. Did you make peace? No, you're not made peace. It's just I don't know why you're not going for Memphis. Memphis is right there. Memphis is right there. And does this bring the Zulu... Now, who do the Zulu go to war with next? Obviously, they still have the military to pretty much go to war with whoever they want. I have to imagine the Zulu... If they begin to move their fleet up north, just near like France or the British Isles, you got to think the Zulu are going to go after them. They're really, really weak. They're extremely weak. Also, let's watch the Mongolian War. See how it's going over here. They haven't pressed forward too much. Again, all the Gatling guns because of the Chinese unique unit that has ultimately been upgraded to Gatling guns. That's the issue. Shanghai hasn't started to lose any health just yet. And what is Korea doing with a mobile SAM in Japanese territory or in the Japanese mainland? Could they be going after? Could they go after Japan? I mean, yeah, I know that Japan is way behind in technology, but you know what? They've got the numbers. Korea's got no army. I don't understand. I really just don't understand. That's right. We might see some city exchanges go down here. And also Mongolia could possibly... No, there's no armies out this way. See, I think the key factor would be... of course. I think the key factor would be Indonesia and China. What they're going to do with China. Well, I'm sorry. Indonesia and Japan. What they're going to do with a weakened China. Even Siam. Even Siam could kind of join in, even though he has a very, very small army as well. And India's looking strong, but they've got to get rid of the Huns. I hate that the city's here. I hate that city is there. Persia, I thought, could do something in this game, but they really just haven't. Persia just hasn't done anything. I thought they had a chance, but, they I don't know. They lost a few cities, I think. They lost two cities at least. And I don't know, they just never were really able to recover. They had a chance. I mean, they had a chance to take over Babylon, which would have been huge for them. Babylon still looks pretty powerful, but unless the Ottomans, which I think ultimately the Ottomans are going to declare war on the Babylonians, that's got to be right. I've got to imagine it. Or maybe the Huns and the Ottomans. I mean, the Ottomans are going to do something. They're way too aggressive. Solomon is way too aggressive to kind of let this slide. Yeah, there's no way. I don't think so. Way too aggressive to just let this slide. Zulu seem strong, but doesn't mean much. Oh, they are moving their fleet. So, wait a second. Is this fleet moving up north? Because this might be the fleet to take over Europe. Europe might see its last remaining days, to be honest. China has denounced Germany. Finally, not as many denouncements. Actually, we're just processing for China, so we still have quite a lot more still to go. Never mind, it's still going. It is still going. And there are a few wars going on. Again, England and France and Spain, the Western European powers, are completely preoccupied with each other. They're at war with each other. Berlin hasn't fallen. Remember that Rome is also in on that war, but I don't think Rome's going to be able to sneak in unless, of course, someone gets open borders with Poland. Austria seems to be pretty strong too. I know that some of these guys are pretty far in technology, pretty far behind in technology, but you got to think that they still have the numbers. And for the AI, that's all it really matters, is numbers. That's the way the game's set up. In higher difficulty, they just give the AI more numbers, and they hope that the numbers will be able to fight you off, even though you have better, quality troops, I guess. Oh, man. I don't know how I feel about this. It could be good for Germany to kind of get out of Europe, to be honest, right now. There it is. So, we got the Huns and Poland both declaring war. We have Poland, the Huns, and then Zulu declaring war on Poland. It's a coalition against Poland. I didn't know the Huns and the Zulu were friends. I guess that's happening. So this is interesting because I just talked about how I thought how I thought the Polish were going to be the next civ to step up in Ethiopia's place in the fall of Ethiopia. But that doesn't seem to be the case, really. It looks like the Zulu are just at war with the world right now. I mean, really. The Zulu look just to be at war with the world. Oh, also, I need to watch Toledo. Completely forgot about Toledo. They are moving stuff up north, but very, very quietly. Not very fast, really, really quietly. Oh, international games. We're going to have to keep an eye on that Polish war. Man, so many massive wars going on. We've got Mongolia versus Korea, which I think might be at a stalemate here. It's going to be tough. That might be a stalemate. Doesn't matter. China, Mongolia versus China. I'm sorry, did I say Korea? God dang it. Mongolia versus China. I think this is a stalemate here. Shanghai, I don't think is going to fall. There's just too many Gatling guns, too many Chinese units. We might see some colonies exchange hands in some of these islands out here in southern Asia, but I think that's for it. That's it for now. Until the Zulu move up their fleet up more north in the Atlantic Ocean, I don't think we're going to see anything else there. Now the big battle is between the Huns and Poland. And remember, Poland is still at war with Sweden, and they were moving a lot of their troops around this kind of the North Sea territory. So will they be able to get this stuff back? Well, actually, there's not too many. There's naval units, but they're not going to do much damage against the Huns anyways. All right, was that the only thing that appeared? Yes, it is. So we've got our next big war. Now, these are kind of like B-list civs right now. In this game, they're kind of like the B-lister civs, the Huns and Poland. I would consider A-lister civs to be the Zulu and Mongolia, maybe Korea. But this is like Arabia could be like a B-lister as well. I don't know why I'm trying to associate Civ 5 with Hollywood here, but that's just the way I see it. These guys are like the B-listers. But this is still going to be a pretty big B-list war, to be honest. If the Huns are able to gather up their troops and focus them in on one area, then I don't know if Poland's going to be able to stop them. Poland doesn't have much of troops. Poland really doesn't have very many troops at all. I think Poland also has quite a bit of wonders. So we're going to need to see exactly what the Huns take if they are to take any cities away from Poland. They need to protect, though. They need to orchestrate an attack and use it wisely. They can't have it all scattered here, and we might see that here. Okay, wait, let's watch this Mongolia figures out what they're going to do with Shanghai. I don't know exactly what they can do, to be honest. They're trying to bring some naval units around to support some of their colonies in Australia, as well as their colonies out in those islands in the South Pacific. But oh, they are moving a lot of artillery. And you know what? Actually, China looks like they're retreating. I think China is retreating their Gatling guns, to be honest, which is a strange strategy. Let's see if it works out for them, Cotton. But it's just a really weird strategy. I don't know why they're... Looks like they might be moving down south. I don't know if it doesn't look like they're just engaging them. Maybe, I can't tell if they were moving down south or if they just decided not to move up north. Either way, not moving up north is kind of critical. Kind of a critical mistake. Okay, the Huns have moved into Polish territory. How's Russia doing? Russia doesn't have very many troops. Sweden is denounced. Is that Japan? Oh, come on. That's just messed up. That's messed up. Okay, so yeah, that's what I figured. Poland is now like, hey, I'll let you go, Sweden. Now Poland's like, I'll let you go. How Berlin is holding up. Technically, Berlin is holding up. If anything, you know, we might see Rome take over. Looks like Denmark is losing a lot of their Norwegian ski infantry. Although a pikeman taking on a city with a combat strength of 62. I don't know if that's going to happen. They do have a musketman, though. A musketman, though. They do have a musketman, though. And what else is going on? Orleans is losing some health here. Oh, people like the most Chinese thing. Wow! So Harun al-Rashid is actually number 1, which actually shouldn't be a surprise to us because if we know Arabia's unique ability, I think they get, what is it? I think double for trade routes towards Arabia, and especially because Arabia is like right in the middle of the entire world, at least Europe, Asia, and Africa. You got to think that, yeah, a lot of people have got to be sending trade routes over towards them and the Arabian Peninsula as well. So they've got a bunch of money. Again, money doesn't mean anything because the AI doesn't know how to use money. But the Huns also have a lot of money. That just means kind of that they can hold up a massive army. Shaka has a pretty good amount of money, but technically Attila has a bit more. They do have a bit more. Although the Zulu are doing very good in technology, and that's the difference between the Huns and Arabia. Korea's right behind. Korea could buy some stuff to help their production out with their spaceship parts. I didn't think about that. And then Gandhi here at 5th place. Everyone else is in the 4 digits. Doesn't really matter that much. All right, so we've got some new spy information. What do we got going on here? Okay, so we have Genghis Khan is secretly plotting. There we go. There we go. Is this? I think we've already saw this. I think we've seen that Genghis Khan is plotting against Korea, but it's about time. It's about damn time. And Korea's plotting against China. So that could be the scenario that plays out. We see Korea declare war on a weakened China, and Genghis Khan just turns their eyes. Look at this. Wait a second. I gotta assume that this might go down. It might be just because the AI is dumb, but Mongolia has troops right on this border. Right on this border. Shit. Come on, baby. Come on. Poland is secretly plotting against Rome. Well, you're going to be pretty preoccupied now, Poland, with the Huns to your east. No pushover at all. Holy shit, this might actually happen. I mean, I would be really frustrated if it didn't happen, but I'm excited if it does. It should. It really, really needs to happen. But as long as Mongolia doesn't lose any troops, I like China and stuff like that. But for the sake of this game, I hope that China doesn't take out too many Mongolian military units. That would be bad all around for the rest of the world. Because if Mongolia loses too many troops, then Mongolia is not going to want to go to war with Korea. We'll see. What else is going on with the rest of the world? Okay, Genghis Khan's built the Kremlin. Their own wonder. I don't see any wars declared war though. I don't see any declarations of war. That's too bad. Although they're still processing their turns. Huns are moving in. Yeah, we could see the end of Poland now. I don't think we're going to see the end of Poland unless, of course, someone like Austria. I don't think the Ottomans would be able to... Maybe if the Ottomans could join in. The Ottomans might be able to do actually a lot of damage, but they've got to move in fast to the south before the Huns take the city. Because I don't know if the Ottomans... I doubt... The Ottomans do have open borders with the Huns. This is a very, very scary alliance. The Ottomans and the Huns allied to each other. And the Huns are bringing in reinforcements from their air force. Their planes are coming in. There's a couple civs. There's a couple key civs that are like not at war but have a very strong army. A very, very strong army. So I just don't know what they're going to do. That's the thing, is what do they do? Okay, and the Zulu have backed off of Lisbon, so more than likely they're going to survive for now. Anyways, guys, I'm going to have to stop right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.